Hello and welcome to another episode, a solo one this time, where I'm going to be sharing with you how you can find ways to scale your business. And I love this one. This is such a good topic to talk about. So, in this episode, I am going to talk you through, I've just lost my notes, finding ways to scale your business. So we're going to talk about what scaling your business actually means, passive income via one-to-many, multiple income streams, and where to actually get started with scaling your business. So let's just dive right in. I'm excited to talk about it because there comes a point sometimes where you're running your business, and I think we either do one of two things. We start off with a really great idea, it's just one idea, and then that's all we sell for ages. And then we realize very fast that we cannot just keep working one-to-one. Or we do the opposite and we put out into the world loads of different ideas, and it actually confuses our audience, so we don't make a consistent income. And consistent income is the goal. I know that's what we all want, to run a sustainable business, but that doesn't always become the result. So when we want to start and scale your business, the best thing you can do is think about how we manage all of that. And I'm going to talk you through that today. So what scaling your business means? So it might mean that you have started, you're making a little bit of money, but you want to take it to the next level. You want to scale it into something bigger. And this will depend on where your business is at. So for me in the past, this has meant so far that I scaled my business by going from one-to-one to one-to-many. So my first service was a membership, and then I introduced one-to-one, then I introduced a group program, then I introduced masterclasses, courses, I did challenges, boot camps, things like that were all paid. Then I launched my mastermind. I launched my mastermind again, and then I've just launched my group program again, and I'm launching my mastermind again very, very soon. So what happened there was I was kind of sporadic and unfocused. So during those years, scaling my business meant that I introduced new services, but then to scale it even further, introduce passive income, which is exactly what I did. So I added things like tripwires, which is an upsell on my funnels. I added funnels, which is a way to scale your business, to generate leads, nurture your audience, and convert more sales. You could scale it if you're just getting started and you're one-to-one, you would scale it through going one-to-many. If you've been running a business and you've got consistent income, you've got consistent sales, and you want to take it to the next level, you might scale your business by introducing a team, which is exactly where I'm at right now. So it's really important to notice what stage your business is at and what scaling it looks like for you, because it's different for everybody. It totally depends on where you're at. So like I say, it is different for everyone. So what it means for you versus what it means for me is going to be different. So for me, it means building a team so that I can free up more time, so I can put more energy. For me, it's more energy going into my free content to then enable me to generate more leads and get more visibility to then impact and grow the business even more, but also help more people for free, because me being paid good money allows me to do that. But then also so that I can have more freedom to do what I want to do behind the scenes. So like the admin work and stuff that I want to do. In fact, I'm going to outsource most of this now, but then that allows me to expand even more. And it also looks like for me investing in a team so that I can have more time for me. So get that freedom that I desire. So sometimes when you're scaling your business, what it means is it means looking at your goals and where you want your business to actually be. So where you're at now, where you want it to be, and what the steps in between have to become to make that happen. So sometimes that's how we look at how we scale a business, and that's what that meaning behind it comes from. So like in 2024, I mean, I've already started, I've already got a VA. I'm going to be giving her more work from January 5th. I'm hiring a copywriter. I've got a call with her today, and she starts in January. I'm hiring a tech kind of guru, website manager. She's going to manage my funnels, my website, and everything on there, so she can do it for me because she's so good at it. I can do it, but it's just easier to take a job, give it to a person, assess it, and then give the next bit to the next person, so that I can just sit back and work on passion projects to create more impact, such as writing my book, continue to increase this podcast, get on other podcasts and be visible to impact more people. So it all comes full circle. And then the end result of that, which is my big freedom goal, is to only work 4 days a week. And I know for some people, this is still a lot, but I love what I do and I want to work 4 days a week at this moment in time. It might change in future, but 4 days a week so that I can have 3 days off for myself to do things that I want to do, such as writing, painting, other creative projects, going out for breakfast all you can eat with my husband, going out for carvery all you can eat with my husband while the kids are at school, because let's face it, we don't get a lot of time together as busy parents of 3 and a business owner. So that I can have more family time as well. Like, some people want to buy designer handbags, but me, I just want to go out for dinner on a Friday night with my family to Pizza Hut and just create those memories. That's what I want to do. Some people want to travel the world. I could not think of anything worse. I love traveling, but in moderation. I couldn't travel every weekend. For me, it's those movie nights on Fridays with my kids and being present rather than stressing about the small stuff in business, if that makes sense. So that's my ultimate freedom goal. So I'm creating that. I want that. I'm going to make it happen. So when you want to scale your business, thinking about what scaling your business actually means to you. Start there and think about what you want it to look like, what the steps are that you need to put in place, and just go from there. So I wanted to talk about passive income and one-to-many because this type of thing actually does help you scale your business. And I know that there's a big hype around it. People are still trying to jump on that bandwagon. But the thing is, they don't actually make it happen. So I want to talk to you about what passive income actually is and what going one-to-many actually is. So passive income, the idea behind this is that you create something once and then you can make money off of it while you sleep. That is what people say. But the reality is there is always going to be work involved. I have successfully achieved creating passive income. I created something when I first started this business, and it was a £7.77 product service online. It was a downloadable, and it was in a tripwire. So people were joining my free stuff. They were being asked if they wanted to buy this thing. It was so low priced. Everyone was like, yeah, no brainer. They loved it. And I got sales for it all of the time. So I created this document once, this download, added it into my funnel, and people just kept on buying it. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. I want more of this. So I looked at how I could create more of that, which is great. But the thing is, people believe that when you create passive income, such as with memberships or courses, that you can create it once and do no work no further. But that is not the case. For something like a downloadable product, yes, it can be the case. However, you still need to have a system in place to market that product or direct people to that tripwire. So this is where there is a misconnection, because people create it, and just by creating it, they believe that it exists and it is going to gain traction, and that's not the truth. I always say making that versus marketing. We need to not just make the product, but we need to market it as well. So there's always still an element of work involved to actually get that income in a passive way. So I think that's really important, and I wanted to touch upon that. So passive income can come in the form of downloadable things that you create once and sell again and again and again. It can be a membership, which is where you can sell it to more people, serve more people at a lower price, and you don't have to commit as much time. It can be a little bit of time each month, and you can make money off that. I've done that as well for 3 years. It could be creating a course that you record live once and then sell it again and again and again, so you don't have to show up. And it could be selling masterclasses. It could be low content books. It could be writing a book and selling your book. There is loads of different ways that you can create passive income. And the best way to start is to just brainstorm what you're good at, what you can do, what your skill set is, and think about what you can turn that into. So I did this. I've got a list somewhere still as well, and it was really fun to do because it gives me some creative energy to think about what I could and can potentially create. So it's where a lot of my ideas come from, and I get this a lot, and I just pack loads of ideas that'd be great for passive income in future. But just because you can doesn't mean you should. Don't try them all at once. Definitely put time into when you create something. Put time and energy into it to get super clear on it and have the messaging behind it. Otherwise, it's not going to succeed and actually create a passive income, because there needs to be clarity, there needs to be a marketing plan and a sales strategy in place. So really important message there. And going from one to many. So you can create passive income by going from one to many. So this is where you may be working one-to-one, you may have one-to-one clients. So this will depend on what you do. So say, for example, when I was running my product business, I was working one-to-one. I did create passive income towards the end before I closed, but then I closed it. And I was working one-to-one by working business to customer and providing keepsakes. I did it in this business, working one-to-one by providing one-to-one mentoring and coaching. But then there comes a point where you can only fit in serving so many clients on a one-to-one basis. So you can think about how you can serve people in many ways. And this can be quite challenging for a lot of product-based businesses or non-service-based models. So I would like to use that as an example first. So with my product business, the way that I did it was I looked about and I tried to look for other product businesses and what they were doing to work one-to-many. But the reality is there wasn't much of that going on other than subscription boxes. So subscriptions are a really good way to work one-to-many. So this could come in the form of, I could have put materials in a box and people make their own keepsakes, but that was not what I wanted to do. And so I was like, how can I do that? So I did find that people were selling patterns for their work so people could make their own. Again, not what I wanted to do. And the only way that I found I could do it was in ways that I didn't really want to do. And it's not just my ego saying, no, I'm not doing that. It was actually because the pattern I used, I wasn't allowed to sell on due to copyright because I bought it off someone who designed it. And those were the terms and conditions, and that's fine. I could create and sell my bears, but I couldn't give away the pattern and I couldn't teach it. So it would mean that I'd have to design my own. And I really didn't want to do that. That wasn't fun for me. And I think it's important that we do things in our business that are fun. So to go from one-to-many, what I did do was I created my own keepsakes that people could edit at home. It was downloadable. So I gave away 3 designs for free at first, and then they got a discount if they downloaded it. And I actually got sales from that. And then I decided this is a really good idea and I'm going to do this for people. So I created these downloadable keepsakes that people could have. So basically, there was a design that I created just using Canva, and then I allowed them to purchase it at a really affordable price. And as many people as wanted could buy this, and they'd download it, and then they'd put their own images in, and they've got a personalised piece of art or personalised memorabilia that they could use. They could then print it off, and it could become a gift. And it was a really great idea. And when I shared it, it got quite a lot of traction. People loved the idea because it was affordable. It captured memories, just like my business did for families. And it was easy. And I loved that. So I looked for a gap in the market and something that I could create. So it's really good to think about what it is that your business does, how you can deliver that to people in different creative ways. In this business, as a mentor and coach, I can do that in other ways. So I can teach what I know. And I could have done with this with the keepsakes as well. I could have done workshops and masterclasses on how to create a bear and where to get your supplies from and what you need to know to create them, because there's so much knowledge. I see businesses starting up or people doing these as a hobby, but not doing them right. Not doing them with quality, or not knowing what happens around selling them because there's a lot of legal stuff involved. So I could have educated people on that, but I closed. But in this business, I'm an example of that. So I've gone from one-to-many because I still do one-to-one, absolutely. But I've gone from one-to-many by having a membership, by having a group program where I serve many people, having a mastermind where I serve a group of people, by having masterclasses that people can purchase, resources that people can purchase, by having my own planner bundle, and I'm starting to write a book, which is another way that I can help many people. And yeah, that's how I've gone one-to-many. I'm sure I've missed something out there, but there is different ways you can go one-to-many. Oh yeah, I have the NeuroBoost. I'm the operations manager for NeuroBoost, which means that I am part of the team and I serve a whole team of people to potentially start and grow a business as a leader in NeuroBoost. So they support neurodiverse entrepreneurs, which is just amazing. So I help all them. So I get to have a massive impact. So finding ways to scale your business through one-to-many it can be a game changer because you can help more people and earn more money, but also it means that they can pay less to work with you. So, for example, when you look at your business model, you want to have your group rate and your one-to-one rate. One-to-one is always going to cost more. Of course it is. So, for example, for me, one-to-ones, it does cost a lot more, but they get pretty much everything that I do. They've become VIP clients because they work one-to-one and they have that personalized bespoke service where I'm solely focused on them and their business. Then I have my groups where I do solely focus on you as an individual because I believe in that and I believe in intimate work. So what that means is I don't have loads of spaces available in my programs. I cap them, I limit them so that everybody gets an opportunity to be seen and heard and supported in their business. And that just means that then the client gets the benefit, but I still get to serve many people in one place. So let's take my signature program, Sustainable Sales, the Mastermind. I have multiple clients in there. There's 2 calls a week, so everybody's got an opportunity to get supported. Plus, I've got co-coaches, so they can be supported with mindset, they can be supported with copywriting, which is selling with words, basically, and be supported with some of the tech stuff as well. So there's a lot going on there in loads of different key areas, so people are supported. And I love that I get to do this and kind of create a space where you can get everything that you need in your business, because I feel there's not enough places where we can go and get that on a level that's in a group where people kind of are working together. So you've got a support system, but also still have that one-to-one element to it as well, which it does. And a support system makes all the difference in business as well, because tapping into that, you learn from each other, you learn from the group rather than just from yourself. So there's actually massive benefits in going and creating a one-to-many product stream, income stream. There really is. So something to think about. And then talking of income streams, I actually wanted to talk about this because you can scale your business through multiple income streams. So I've just talked about there, I've got one-to-one and I've got my mastermind, but as I've mentioned, I've got my group program as well and a membership. So what happens is if you think about the different income streams that you can inject into your business, this can help you scale. Now, the biggest bit of advice is don't just sit down and brainstorm all these ideas that I advise you to do and sit and go, yes, I can do that, and then put them all out there, because making versus marketing, we need to make sure we put enough time in and energy into both. Marketing is so important and clarity is so important. So take your idea for your income stream, really think about it, get clarity on it, who it's for, why it exists, why you're creating it, the benefits, transformations, do all of that foundational work, and then decide when you're going to launch it, create it, put all the energy into marketing it, sell it, convert the sales, and then take the next thing, the next multiple income stream, and put all your energy into that. That is how I would recommend that you scale your business. And this is one of the biggest mistakes that I have personally done in my own business. And I openly admit that I've not had a lot of focus, and that has changed in 2023. And I'm so proud that I've changed that, because that started in summer last year when I realized it was a massive realization. And this year I still was a bit up and down because I had my plan but didn't really stick to it. Whereas now I am so ready to stick to it and have that focus and drive to make sure that I am scaling the multiple income streams. So that looks like, and I'm happy to share, I'm not bothered. 2024, what my business looks like is 4 mastermind launches. So there's a focus on my signature service, because my mastermind is the best way to work with me. And so that is what I'm going to talk about all the time. It's what I'm going to launch 4 times in 2024. In between those launches, I will have my other services, and I will have projects with the Creative Business Academy. Behind the scenes, I'll be writing my books. That's another income stream, another 2 income streams. And I will be launching my group program at the end of the year again. That's another income stream. And then I will have things like that I talked about that can create passive income, such as downloadable products and tripwires inside the funnels. So I'm selling in loads of different ways. So hopefully I've not confused you too much, but there is ways that you can sell in different ways and deliver multiple offers, but still have focus, which is so important. So where to get started? If you're thinking about scaling your business and you're not really sure what steps to take, then the first thing I want you to ask yourself before you get started is, am I ready? where is my business at right now? So my first bit of advice is, if you're not making consistent sales, then do not start scaling your business. I'm sorry, but that is my biggest advice. And the reason is because I want you to pick one service or one product, and I want you to focus. I want you to do all the things that I've just said. I want you to think about the plan behind it. I want you to inject lots of energy into the marketing of it, the clarity of it, then go and launch it. And this will take time, but trust me, it will get you results. Okay? Research around it, clarity, so important. Go and launch it, have a marketing plan, deliver that. When you've done that, do it again. When you've sold it really, really well, or if you haven't, and this has happened to me this year, I'm going to let you in, and I'm going to give away an insider secret, okay? In 2023, it's been a rough year. It's been a hard year. I did a mastermind launch and nobody signed up. Nobody. And I'm so grateful that that happened. And that might sound daft, but the reason I'm grateful is because then that allowed me to assess what worked well, what didn't work well. And don't get me wrong, I still got sales from that launch. I got a one-to-one client that signed up from that launch that I wouldn't have had if I wasn't launching. And that one-to-one client is still working with me right now. And she's openly said that she wants to do the mastermind next. So I still succeeded with that launch, just not in the way that I initially set out. But what that allowed me to do was review the whole launch, how it all went, what gaps were missing that I needed to fill, why it didn't work out, and how I could improve it next time. And sometimes we launch things and they fail. Like that wasn't a failure because I still got sales. I actually made £100 off passive sales by selling my income producing activity bundle, which I will share in the show notes because it is such a good resource. So I sold that and I made £100. I got that one-to-one client, which was I can't remember how much my package was at the time, but it was consistent income for a year. And I sold I think I sold like one masterclass as well. So I still made sales from that launch. But most people see that as a failure because they didn't achieve the goals that they set out. So I wanted to sell, I think it was 4 mastermind places, and I didn't sell them. So people think, right, that didn't work, I'm not going to do it. But instead, if we analyze what's happened previously, that's the best place to get started when it comes to passive income, is look at what you've done already and analyze it, what's not working, how you can change things, how you improve. And actually for me, it gave me the biggest rocket up my backside to actually make change and do something different so that I could reach the goal that I wanted, because this is a passion project for me. My mastermind is my favorite way to support women in business. And the reason is because I can support them over a long period of time so they get more results that's tangible and long lasting, rather than just one downloadable masterclass that's going to give them one quick win and off they go and there's no accountability and support. Okay. And some people that works for, but that's okay. But I like to see continuous growth for the clients that I have. So that's one reason it's my favorite way to work. One, because I can serve many people in one way, like the point of this podcast, the point of this episode. And it's fun as well. I can be quite creative with it sometimes. It's fun. So I assessed all that, and then I went and launched it again. And I think it was 4 paying clients, and I also got a one-to-one client. I also sold more of those income producing bundles, more masterclasses. And then the end result of that launch was an £8,000 sales launch. And previous to this, my highest sales launch was £3,000. So massive jump there, massive. So it just shows having that clarity and working on all that and assessing your strengths and weaknesses makes a difference. So I'd start there, okay? But if you're in a place where you are already getting consistent sales, you're working one-to-one, and you do want to get started with scaling your business, then my best advice would be to do that brainstorm, look at what you can deliver, think about how you can increase your revenue streams and bring in multiple income streams on a consistent basis in different ways. So start there. That would be my best place to get started, and take on board everything I've said in this episode and go and inject that into your business. So finding ways to scale your business. You know now what scaling your business looks like and what it can mean to you. We've talked on passive income and one-to-many. We've looked at multiple income streams, where to get started. Plus, you've heard my story and my journey with doing all of this. So go ahead and inject that into your business. I hope you found value in this episode. I'd love to hear your feedback. Please do reach out and share on social media your insights and any results you get from this. And don't forget to subscribe and review if you're listening on the podcast, because that means that it goes out to more people and I can keep doing this and doing what I love and serve you and give you more value. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next episode.